We're facing a storm that's described as historic and unprecedented here in Suffolk County, here in our region. And I just want to thank the governor for being with us and providing state resources, something that had been, in my time in government, unprecedented prior to the governor coming into office, but actually taking state resources and utilizing them on the local level to assist municipalities in clearing roadways. When you deal with a storm of this magnitude and this size, it is very difficult for some of these local municipalities who just simply lack the operations, the full operations necessary to deal with this, and the governor has stepped in and the state has stepped in a way to assist us as we work with towns and villages throughout Suffolk County. So again, thank you to the governor, and I want to turn it over to my good friend and partner in government here on Long Island, Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano. Ed, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. It's always great to be with you, although it would be better if it wasn't snowing. So I'm happy to be here with the governor again, and we welcome his support and partnership. He's been a constant, partner. We'd rather be talking about tax cuts, but today and yesterday we concentrated on keeping our citizens safe. I again want to thank the governor for the resources that he brings and his attention to our great county and our great region here. I also want to thank, obviously, all of those that are out there battling the storm, all of the personnel from the state, the county, and the towns and villages who are doing a great job today and will continue to do it. And we in government are here to try to support you to the best of our ability. So with that, it is my honor and privilege to welcome the governor of the great state of New York, Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be back again with two of the really great county executives, Steve Bellone and Ed Mangano. They're my Blizzard brothers, I like to call them. We spend a little bit too much time doing this. I don't know who offended Mother Nature over these past few years, but it's Nassau. But we have incurred her wrath. This storm is going to be serious, and it's nothing to be trifled with. This is going to be a dangerous situation. The heaviest snowfall will be coming down tonight, but it is already dangerous out there today. I just drove out on the Long Island Expressway and some local roads from New York City, and it is very slow going, and it is starting to be dangerous already. So do not take this lightly. I know we've gone through a number of storms, and sometimes people tend to be a little casual about it. This is not a time to be casual. Remember that we've been fortunate. In the past storms, we've been prepared. We did what we had to do, but we still had people stuck on the roads. We still had people in very dangerous situations, so we have to be careful. We have about 650 pieces of equipment coming to Long Island. We expect Long Island to bear the brunt of it in New York. This is a classic storm coming up the coast. It's going to hit Long Island. It's going to hit Connecticut especially hard, and eastern Long Island harder than western Long Island. New York City also, Westchester also, but really it's going to be about the island and the east side of the island, as we've seen before. The two things that we want to make sure you're aware of. The Long Island Railroad, I'm here with the chairman of the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, Tom Prendergast. The Long Island Railroad is going to be running early departures. We're encouraging people to leave office earlier, not later, and get home sooner rather than later, and the LIRR will be facilitating that. We would like to be in a position where we can close down the Long Island Railroad about 10:30, 11 o'clock, meaning we can put the railroad cars in a safe place so the weather doesn't damage them, so we can get up and running once the weather clears as soon as possible. So people should put that into their planning, to be home by that hour, and then back up what time do you have to leave, what train do you have to take to get home by 10 o'clock, 10:30, so that when the system starts to shut down, 10:30, 11 o'clock, you're done with the system. We want to make sure we're ready to rebound as soon as the storm passes. And from past experience, I can tell you, if we don't get the cars, the railroad cars and subway cars in a safe place, then that doesn't happen. Number two, as far as the roads are concerned, we are expecting a very high rate of snowfall starting later this evening, combined with high gusts as high as 55 miles per hour. That is a bad combination. You almost can't plow that much snow that quickly, especially with those wind gusts. What we are planning, unless we hear differently at the 4 o'clock weather update, but if nothing changes in the 4 o'clock update, at 11 o'clock tonight, we will impose a travel ban on all roads except for emergency personnel on Long Island. All roads except for emergency personnel, state roads, local roads, etc., at 11 o'clock. So get wherever you have to get by 11 o'clock, and on a night like tonight, you really are jeopardizing yourself if you were out past that hour anyway. So Long Island Railroad will be running early departures. Get home or complete your trip with the LIRR by 10 o'clock, because by 10:30, 11 o'clock, we want to close down the system. And then 11 o'clock, a total travel ban on all roads except for emergency personnel. This will allow the emergency personnel to clear the roads, to get to people who are in distress, and will reduce the number of accidents, etc. I know this is a difficult circumstance, but I'll give you one quick irony. A few weeks ago, I was in Buffalo, 7 feet of snow in Buffalo, 7 feet of snow. And that stopped Buffalo cold, but it was 7 feet of snow. And it was beyond what we could handle. And we called for assistance to all our friends from all across the state. And plow trucks from Nassau and Suffolk literally drove up to Buffalo to help with the 7 feet of snow. And I was in Buffalo, and I greeted many of the plow operators from Nassau and Suffolk. I want you to know that Buffalo and communities all across upstate are now sending their equipment down to help Nassau and Suffolk. So that's how we roll in New York, pardon the pun. We're there one for another. That's what community is all about. We're one state, and when somebody needs help, we're there for them. And all your brothers and sisters across the state are sending their resources and their best wishes, and we're going to need them for this one. Luckily, you're in great local hands. Steve Ballone and Ed Mangano are the best. And the coordination among us, I feel very good about the efforts we're going to put forward. Whatever we do, it is still a difficult storm. The wind, the weight of the snow, you can expect power outages. We've been working with PSE&G. We have representatives here who, if there is a problem with the power companies, will be on it right away. But it is a storm, and there's only so much you can do. And you should expect some degree of discomfort, some degree of power outages possible. And make sure you're acting prudently and you're doing what you should be doing. And number one is stay off the road and get off the road as early as possible today. Thank you. Questions?
Yes, Governor, you talked about the extra equipment. What kind of equipment is it and how is it going to be distributed?
We have about 300 National Guard who are being deployed. I was just coming out on the Long Island Expressway, and you see the National Guard equipment coming out. Every kind of piece of equipment you can imagine, from plows to dump trucks to loaders. So the National Guard is bringing the full contingent. State Department of Transportation also bringing front-end loaders, plow trucks from across the state coming down. So we have all the equipment that we could possibly need. Utility companies, PSE&G is in place, and through mutual aid, other public utility companies have been notified to bring resources to PSE&G if they need it.
You talked about helping certain emergency vehicles. Do you feel if there is 30 inches of snow, there are vehicles that could make it hurt?
You know, we have used, unfortunately, as we've said, we had too much experience in this. There are 7 feet of snow in Buffalo. We evacuated people from homes who had emergency health conditions. We evacuated people from hospitals. It's not easy, but you do what you have to do. What we want to make sure is the non-essential vehicles are out of the way, and we limit the number of people who get into trouble by keeping them off the roads. Okay? Thank you very much.
You were listening to Governor Andrew Cuomo, along with Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano and Suffolk County Executive Steve Bellone, just updating us on the preparations on the island. And as you're looking at this map here for the potential snowfall we could expect for today and tomorrow, up to 2 feet in some parts. Governor Cuomo saying eastern Long Island is expected to be especially hard hit. And to that point, he said that all roads on Long Island will be closed at 11 p.m. except for emergency personnel. So if you are not home yet, get home and back time and make sure that you do get home by 11, because the LIRR trains, they want to put the trains inside to protect them around 10:30, 11. There won't be train service after that. We want to hear from you. We want to see what you are experiencing during this storm blizzard that we are expecting. Post your comments and pictures on Twitter using the hashtag #SocialSnowPatrol, and we may use that information on air during our coverage here on CBS 2. I'm Dana Tyler. Stay with CBS 2 News for continuing coverage of the coming blizzard. You can also get the radar and more information at cbsnewyork.com. Be careful. Have a good day. Stay with us here.
This has been an Eye on the Storm special weather.